All right, good morning team. Happy Monday. Coach Aaron here with Monday's edition of Athletic Conditioning. I'm going to show you a couple different ways on how to complete an EMOM, which is an every minute on the minute. The first conditioning is going to be a death by and 10-meter sprints plus a kettlebell or a dumbbell deadlift, okay? And so what I want to do is I want to do 1 rep in the first minute of each. So I'm going to perform 1 10-meter sprint and 1 deadlift. The time remaining in that minute, I get to rest. On the beginning of that second minute, I'm going to perform 2 reps of each. So 2 10-meter sprints, 2 deadlifts, and then whatever time is remaining, I get to rest. The goal here is to continue until you can no longer complete the number of reps prescribed in under a minute. Okay, so let's say that you're at the 10th minute. You need to do 10-meter sprints, 10 10-meter sprints, and then 10 deadlifts. And if you're unable to do that within the within that 1 minute mark, you're done. Okay, that's it. All right. So it's as long as you can go. All right. There is no time limit, but except for if you can no longer complete those reps within the minute, you're all finished. All right. So the cool thing about a death by is you can really substitute anything you want. You don't even have to do the deadlift. This could be a simple 10-meter sprint. You can start doing laterals and just adding on 1 every minute. So entirely up to you. So I start the timer 0, 0, 0. Here I go. And I want to pass the cone, touch down. You don't have to touch on this first one, obviously, because this is the end. And from here, just set that upper back nice and flat. And we don't squat that deadlift, and then I would rest that remaining minute. So let's fast forward to the second minute. 2 10-meter sprints, 2 deadlifts. Again, I want to run past the cone, touch. Now these are 5-meter segments, right? So that's why I'm going down and back to make 1. I got my 2 deadlifts all the way down if I can. Keeping that back nice and straight. Here's the deadlift option for the single dumbbell. Palms up, again, set that upper back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then we finish with that dumbbell right in line with the hips, okay? So that's the first part. Second part, different way to do your EMOM here. This one does have a time cap. So number 2, we're gonna go for 14 minutes, all right? And we're gonna alternate movements every minute. So odds, which would be 0 through 1. That's the first minute, we're gonna be doing 10 thrusters. Anytime remaining, we get to rest. The second minute 1 through 2, it's our evens. I know it seems weird, but it is the evens. It's the second minute, and you're gonna do 20 kettlebell or dumbbell swings. Again, the time remaining, you get to rest. It's a lot, right? So we'll see. All right, so the first movement, your 10 thrusters. Just want to find a weight that matches your fitness level. Feet are shoulder width apart. And a neat little trick that I learned this weekend for some TRX training is when I'm in the bottom range of my squat team, the angle of my shins and the angle of my back should be parallel. They should have the exact same angle. My goal here is to try and get my hips below my knees for that full range of motion squat. But again, your range of motion is going to be dependent upon you. So if you need to just get into that half squat position. So from the squat, we're going to drive through the heels and press that weight up overhead. Make sure those shoulders cover up the ears. We don't want those dumbbells to get away from us, putting that shoulder in a vulnerable position. Reset the dumbbells to the shoulders, and then you're dropping right into that squat, pressing through the heels. You're trying to make this one fluid motion. Reset the dumbbells while dropping into that squat, so you're receiving that weight, okay? So 10 thrusters, time remaining, I get to rest. We pick up with that second minute. So your evens is 20 kettlebell swings. Because of the volume and the lack of time, I'm gonna definitely drop weight, okay? So again, I wanna make sure that when I get set up, hinging those hips back, I got that straight line from the back of my head all the way through my tailbone. Shoulders are stacked overneath the handles and the horns of the kettlebell. I initiate my swing while I'm already in this hip hinge position. We can go Russian to chin height, or that American swing all the way overhead, making sure again that those shoulders cover up those ears here so that we're not finishing with the kettlebell in front of the head, and certainly definitely not behind, okay? Again, when I get done with my 20 swings, in that time remaining, I get to rest. If you find that you don't have at least, I would say 15 seconds of rest on either one of these movements, first thing, drop weight, okay? We wanna make sure that you're able to recover so that you can continue with this same weight, same intensity for the entire 14 minutes. Second option is just start reducing reps, all right? Here you go, 2 Metcons for you. Enjoy your Monday, have a good workout. Peace out.